Oh damn, what a crap day at work. All I want now is a good night's rest. Oh god. Please, no.
Oh yeah, dudes, let's party!
Hey Greg, how come your neighbors are so cool with you partying all week?
Relax, nobody's home except that hoodie-wearing pansy next door who doesn't know what fun is.
And you didn't invite him?
Girl, I don't hang with lame people, that's why you're here and he's not.
Oh, Greg!
Did you ever had the urge to behead somebody just to make a point? Or in general, to get away with murder? Well, I have it right now, and that's why I would like to introduce you to a perfect game for situations like these. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Party Hard. Let me explain in 2 sentences how the game works. The main character is a guy who loses it because he can't sleep, dons a Jason mask and dedicates himself to be the best showstopper the world has ever seen by literally killing the party. Mostly with a knife, but everything else you can tinker with is cool too. Like a car, for example. Or a bear trap. And when everything's done, the killer starts dancing. He finally got his silence back. Look how happy he is! But of course, there are always people out there who want to ruin the fun. Every time a level is finished, you get rewarded with a cutscene that advances the plot. Here we meet our protagonists, Detective John West, who is trying to catch the killer, and a guy called Darius, who listens to John's story. Throughout these scenes, their faces are never shown, but the killer is featured in most of these. Now, if you ever watched an 80s action movie or saw Kung Fury recently, if you haven't, go watch it, then you know exactly what type of character John is. A cop who goes by the book but still has attitude, is always serious and has a no-nonsense demeanor. Imagine if that guy had his own cooking show. And now, I will show you how to make the best sandwich in the world. You take a slice of bread with bacon, tomatoes, and an egg to round it off. And I promise you, it will taste delicious. And then we have Darius, who mocks John pretty much non-stop. Since he still hasn't managed to catch the killer after weeks of trying, Darius even insinuates at times that John wants the killer to be free. The writing in this game is just as hilarious and corny, and the plot can be summed up like this. I was at the crime scene, Darius. I almost had him, but he managed to get away again. Oh my, how many times is that now? The 7th time. But it isn't my fault. Every time I am close to catching him, something gets in my way. It's like he has an angel on his shoulder. I think you are just a bad cop. Fuck off, Darius. To be fair, the ending has a pretty cool twist, but I am not going to spoil that. And before you ask, I didn't buy it because I like the cutscenes. Well, I do, but they don't contribute anything to the game itself. They're just fun to watch and act as intermissions between the levels. If you'd like, you could just skip it and go right to the next level and nothing would be lost. As already mentioned, the objective of the game is to stop parties by all means necessary. The problem with that is, of course, that you can't just off somebody in the crowd and expect people around you to say, "Hey man, this shit was whack, yo! Do it again!" If you stand next to a corpse and some unsuspecting guest sees you near it, he will do the next logical thing. Run for his life and call the cops. And then you have to make a run for it or else you get busted. Even if you don't stand next to it, the person in question will still freak out and demand the body to be covered up because, well, it ruins the party mood. So you gotta get creative and think ahead a bit. Each level has a similar structure. There's a dance area and then there are rooms which are less occupied and stuffed with devices that you can manipulate to facilitate your work. For example, take advantage of an oven in a kitchen and make it explode. Or just stab a guy when nobody's looking. Put some explosives in a gumball machine. Or stab a girl when nobody's looking. Scare a horse on a ranch party so it kicks someone to death. Or stab a clown when nobody's looking. Poison the food so people get sick. Push someone into the grill, or my personal favorite, start the engine of a Porsche to mow down some guys. Hold on a minute, these are brilliant ideas. Let me take some notes. And the disposal of bodies is always a good idea. No corpse, no panic, no police. Dumpsters, manholes, and any kind of large chests are the containers of your choice. And I should mention that every container has unlimited space. But what to do when people are dancing in a crowd and don't want to move? I am glad that you asked. The solution? Dance. Apparently you dance so bad that people will tell you to fuck off and then they leave, or start kicking your ass. But don't worry, revenge is best served by tossing the bastard off a skyscraper while he sleeps. And if all else fails, look for the guy in the black trench coat. Your friendly neighborhood dealer provides you with various crazy items that make your job much easier. People don't want to move from the dance floor? Then a smoke grenade is your best friend. Just kill a bunch of them when everybody's blind. Everything goes in this game, and that's the beauty of it. You can even make phone calls to get yourself a bodyguard, or say hello to your alien friends which abduct people for you. It's these crazy, wacky things that make the game fun to play and simultaneously mitigate the by all means serious topic of murder. It's so over the top that you can't take any of it serious, and I think that's what the developers were going for. And I say, bravo! Speaking of not taking anything serious, the whole ambience of the game adds to this. As you can see, the game has a pixel art style with a lot of bright neon colors. This adds another layer of abstraction. Rule of thumb, the more cartoony something looks, the easier it is to laugh about it. And dispatching a faceless pixel woman is way easier than killing a full fleshed out 3D model. Apart from that, you get to listen to an upbeat 80s synth pop soundtrack composed by Felipe Adorno Vassal. And then we have the party guests, which are an interesting bunch of people to say the least. We have the normals, and then we have clowns, cowboys, bears with sunglasses, Walter from The Big Lebowski, and if you're really lucky, Darth Vader himself. The guests walk around and do all sorts of activities. Some just fall asleep and wake up after a minute or so, some people never dance while others dance all the time, and on some occasions people even fall in love and go to a, well, more private place. Aww. And then you come along and destroy their luck. But seriously, the developers put a lot of detail into the game. Under certain conditions, the game makes some references to other games. For example, every level has some passages you can use for faster navigation. You can also use them to flee from the police, but if you do that, Mario himself will rise up from the toilet and seal the passage shut. I think there's even more stuff, but I didn't find any. So let me know if you find anything, I'm really curious here. Fortunately, the developers put some unlockable characters in the game, which up the replay value by much because every character plays differently. For example, beat the game and you can play as a police officer. He's unable to use traps, but can frame people. You can clear out a whole level by just having another officer on the scene who puts the whole party under arrest. Damn, that's one strong arm he got there. He must be carrying 15 people by now. Katie can be unlocked by running away from the police 5 times in one level, but that's really not worth the effort. If you manage to get a 20 kill combo, you will be rewarded with the Butcher, complete with chainsaw and sparks. He's the slowest of all characters, but come on, chainsaw! And if you manage to leave no bodies at a party, then you get to play as a motherfucking ninja! With unlimited smoke bombs, a sword and the skill to make yourself invisible. Well, there's just one downside to the ninja. If people spot you, they immediately call the police, so smoke bomb. Always smoke bomb. Oh yeah, and the game offers a workshop where you can build your own levels and share them with the Steam community. And the levels, well, they reach from what the hell am I even playing to fairly challenging. So if you're feeling brave, try it out. And there's also the possibility to play local co-op. You know, when slashing human beings gets boring, you need someone to share your thoughts with. I mean, provided you find someone who takes pleasure in such an activity besides you, but that shouldn't be too hard, I think. I mean, we're all a little crazy, right? Well, what can I say? It's just fun to play. It's a perfect game for people who want to blow off some steam and like a good challenge, and that's a wonderful combination. Although the game is somewhat short, the unlockables and countless traps you can use to do your deeds give it a pretty astounding amount of replay value. And of course, it always brightens my day to set a dance floor on fire. Now if you'll excuse me, it's 4 AM and I got some business to take care of. And until we meet again, I wish you a wonderful day wherever you are, and please, be good and let your neighbors sleep, okay? Yo, Greg, open up, man! I got some booze for ya!